everyone, and welcome back to the channel for this episode 11 here on Silverrun with me, Farmer Murphy. Well, hopefully if everything went well, you just finished watching a montage of the grass work on our field just across the stream behind our sheep pen here. And I have stacked our bales under cover here in our sheep pen. They all fit, so that was kind of handy. And we're going to kind of stick with the sheep thing here for a little while, because if we take a look, we had some new births. I missed that. I forgot to check at the beginning of the month. So we now have 150 sheep. So that's pretty exciting. And I took what wool that we had here this morning and threw that in the spinnery. And we had a bolt of fabric at the spinnery. So I took that over to our boat building facility and checked. So we only need to deliver one more. So that'll still be a couple, 3 days away by the time that bolt of fabric is ready. But we're getting very close there. I checked on our roller coaster and it is waiting on table and chairs. Now I was sure we had delivered more than enough for that last stage, so what I'm guessing here is it's rolled over to another new stage. It needs shingles, tables, and chairs. We already have lots of shingles there because as you may recall, we delivered an extra pallet, so it's just going to have to wait for a little bit because I checked we didn't have any tables and chairs ready just yet. What else? Oh, I took 2 loads of planks, long planks, to the what was it, the shingle factory and the furniture factory, which were getting low. So I gave them 1,000 liters each. That kind of looks like that's where our choke point's going to be, if you want to call it that, is on the long planks, trying to keep up with these productions. But I did check, we can actually buy long planks from the sawmill. They're pretty pricey. They're about $6,000 a pallet. But I was thinking we'll really be struggling when it comes to the next boat. And I thought, well, maybe we just buy the ones for the boat, because if I recall correctly, we're going to get about 300,000 for that sucker when it launches. So it's we can afford to buy a few planks to invest in it if our sawmill can keep up with all the other productions. So, or the other option is to put another sawmill in, but I was trying to avoid that. I think that, oh no, one last thing to catch up on. Our money has gone up. Mikey finished another sculpture, staying in the sheep vein. It was a sheep. So that netted us another 50 grand. So he's, actually pulling his weight. He's up there working hard in his workshop. And we are going to go spend that hard-earned money that Mikey got us. And we're going to get set up for taking that field and turning it into a proper grass field with precision farming. So let's take a look here in the store. The first thing we need is a plow, and there is an old school plow here that it will do the job for us. We have to keep in mind we only have 160 horsepower in our largest tractor, so we'll we'll go with the sweeps. And I think we'll risk it and see if we can't deal with the 4.6 meter one here. It takes 150 horsepower. Should be fine. So that will do us nicely. So we'll buy that. I know it's a little bit older, but it's appropriately sized for our tractor, let's say that. So that should work good. The other thing I want to get is we're going to get one of these rollers, and we're going to get a oh, here it is, multi-roller. It's fairly pricey, but we're going to set it up as a mulching roller and try mulching that field. I don't think we did that last time, and I'm not sure because it's not a proper field if we can mulch it, but we're going to find out. So, and we will make that sucker orange, and maybe we'll go with yeah. And now we can, when we seed it, we can change it to a field roller. It can be reconfigured, so that's handy. So we'll buy that. It takes a good chunk of our money. Now we need a seeder. And I thought long and hard about this one. It's too bad. I would have gone with this, where is it here? Gone with this Kubota one, but it's not a direct drill, unfortunately. That would have been kind of neat to stick with the Kubota theme. So I thought about going with the Converland one like that. But you know what? We're running low on funds, so I think we'll stick with this guy here. Again, older case equipment, but it works just fine. Even if we just use it for this one field and sell it and upgrade when we get more horsepower. Because I'd like to get about a 6-meter seater for going forward. So this is 6 meters, and our tractor can pull it fine, and I think we can sneak it to our field. I don't think it'll go across our bridge, but I do have a plan there. And I think we need to wait for our tractor. And I think that one there will do just fine. Okay. Well, we did a pretty good job. So that'll get us started. I think the only thing we need to get is a rock picker after this. I'm sure we'll have to pick rocks, but we'll deal with that at that time. So I'll run and get the tractor, and let's get started on this project. I think we'll probably have to lease the rock picker, or maybe we'll borrow the money. We'll see. Guess I better swing around here so I know where I'm going. It's a pretty big door, but it'd be embarrassing to run into the wall of our shop. Well, I'll get the plow out to the field. Nothing too exciting there, and I'll wait for the train, and I'll meet you out at the field. See you in just a couple of minutes. Well, here we are at the field, and those of you who are paying attention at the time may say, "Boy, it took you a long time to get over there, Farmer Murphy." Yes, it did, because I said I was going to head over here with the plow, which I started to, and then I realized, no, I wanted to try and mulch that field first. So I turned around and get the mulcher. Then I got here and I remembered, oh yeah, I've got a stump I need to take out. So I had to go get our stump grinder. So I think I finally got my act together here. That's one thing, you got to stay on your toes around here. You just never know what's going to happen. So let's see if this will mulch this. Now this mulcher is right on the edge of our horsepower rating, but we are going to sorry, I was just paying attention. I don't know if that texture's changed. That from here it sounds like it's doing something. Let's look in here and see if it's actually, if we're getting any kind of credit for that. Went ripping by. There it is. Oh yeah, we are. All right, well, we'll carry on then and get this mulched. Now I know this is right on the edge, as I was saying, what our horsepower limit for our tractors, and we could have got away with a smaller one, but we are planning on expanding our farming enterprises here, so thought I might as well invest in it right off the start. This will just be the first of a few fields, I hope, that we have before we're done here. Now I noticed that we've got a fair bit of land up there that we're not going to encroach into as far as expanding our field goes. So I think what we're going to do is when we get set up to do tree planting, we'll plant a lot of that hillside back with trees just to leave as decoration. Same with that hillside that we took a few trees off by Mikey's. I think we'll replant that. Yeah, it doesn't seem to do anything out here, but it is definitely catching on the field. Now, I can't really see a texture change, so I'll just have to kind of guess. So, anyways, I'll carry on and get this done, and next time I will have the plot, I promise. See you then. Okay, I've got it mulched everywhere we could. If we take a look, we can see that that's been done. Now, I'm going to start here because I took a drive up around there, kind of where the truck was parked in that. And it's not all that steep. And I think you incorporate that into our grass field, especially if we're just going to leave this as grass, which is the plan for right now. So this is kind of my marker that I want to hit to because it's starting to get steeper at this point above there. So I'm done a game save. I'm going to do the first lap here and make sure it's all okay. And if it is, well, once it is, let's put it that way, I'll bring you back in. So I'll catch up with you when I get the outline of the field done, and we'll take a look. Well, there we go. I think we have our new field boundary. Construction mode is probably the best way to take a look at this. But right up here, like so. Down into there a little ways. And then it pretty much up here just follows where the field was. But I think that'll work just fine. And I don't think that it's that steep that we couldn't actually crop it if we wanted to. That it would work for that. But this little outfit is working pretty well. Chugs right along, no problem at all. And then I just need to get the middle part done here, and then as you can see, there's bringing up rocks, so we need to deal with those. And at that point, we need to decide if we're going to lease or buy. And quite honestly, I think we'll just borrow the money and buy, because we know there's some big paydays coming. So no sense paying the leasing costs. I think when we can actually own it. So. We are going to want some crop fields, but I was kind of thinking if we bought the fields across the road and that are already crop fields and ran them as crop fields, it'd probably be enough, because we just need enough for like barley, oats, or something for straw for our cows. Unless, of course, you guys think we should put in a grain mill of some sort, because I'm pretty sure there isn't one on the map, so we'd have to put it in. So maybe you can let me know your thoughts in the comments if you think we should add a grain mill, in which case it would give us more reason to grow or have more crop fields. But we're certainly going to have some anyway. Anyways, I'll get this middle section plowed out, and while I'm doing that, I'll think about what we're going to do for a rock picker, and I'll let you know what that decision is in just a little while. So see you then. Well, there we go. The plowing is done. That's going to be a nice sized grass field, or a crop field if we end up going there at some point. You can see just off to the right there, I did miss a stump, so I'll have to take care of that. I have made a decision on the rock picker, so I'll take care of that stump, and I'm going to borrow some money, and I'll meet you at the store. See you in just a little bit. Well, down at the shop, and we've got some new toys. I borrowed $100,000, and I had no trouble spending that whatsoever. So let's take a look at what I picked up. I got us a lime spreader. I could also spread fertilizer with it. I haven't decided yet if we're going to go liquid or solid fertilizer. That's something we'll need to do in the future here. But for now, I got this for lime. I went with the largest rock picker. This was the most expensive item. It was like 70 some thousand. And it requires 170 horsepower. Our current tractor is only a 168, and I have had some issues with the smaller tractors pulling this, but we'll give it a try. It's an eye to the future because we are going to be getting a larger tractor for sure. So that is the story there, and then we need to scan our field before we put lime and fertilizer and seed on it. So I bought ourselves a scanner because we are going to be making other fields as well, so we might as well have that. So that's where 100,000 went like nothing. But I'm not concerned that it's going to be a short-term loan, because once we just sell off that load of products on the train, and that should more than cover it. So now, if you notice, the stones in the field are fairly small. We probably could get away with just rolling them in, but we're using stones to make lime, so we might as well get them, because we're not going to have a lot of opportunity to get stones on our fields. So might as well take advantage of it. But with this larger stone picker, it shouldn't take too long. I did take care of that stump I missed. Speaking of missing, I totally missed that. There we go. I also took the opportunity, I used our mulcher to mulch the edge of the field and the edge of the road going out there to get rid of some of that brush, just to make it so we weren't dragging our equipment through the brush on the side of the road. So I didn't spread any more gravel or anything, it just made a bit of a shoulder, so to speak. Oh yeah, that's much better. Easier to see. Now, normally I would take a trailer out there and dump this into a trailer, but the thing is, our rock crusher's so close, and I don't think this will fill up too fast with those small stones. I'll just run it back and forth. This might struggle with this a little bit, but as long as we get it done. See what I mean? Kind of like it just doesn't, it's got the horsepower but doesn't have the way to control it. Yeah. It's almost like it needs a heavier tractor to get straightened out. Anyways, you can see this is going to be a little bit of a chore, so I'll get this done off camera. Like I said, probably by the time we go to use it on next time, we'll have a bigger tractor, so I'll see it a little bit. Well, I'm out here scanning the fields. I did get the rocks all picked up. We didn't even get one complete load out of it. I thought it might have been the bank that was giving it problems, but I had troubles with it on the flat too, but the bank certainly made it worse, but I managed to get it done. Like I said, I have a tractor in mind that'll handle it no problem at all. Now I am using one of the modified scanners. Um, this is the 65 model. It scans a large area. It does charge you more, but I mean not a significant amount more, but it is still cheaper than using the base game one, and certainly much faster because it does a much larger area. But anyways, that rock picker probably won't pay for itself. That's the kind of thing probably normally would lease. I don't like leasing. I like buying the equipment. And if we decide to put corn or something like that in, we could certainly, you know, it would pay for itself quicker because we'd be plowing more regularly. And you never know, we might grow some corn. Just gives us an excuse to plow and get the stones because we're using it to make our own lime. Now, if we, of course, could sell the lime off, it would certainly pay for itself much quicker if we had access to the stones. But there we go. That is done. We'll send those away. Now, I looked, I have been yakking too much and not working fast enough, so we're getting close to being out of time. So I might do another montage of just doing the lime spreading and the seeding and rolling, so I can get that all completed in this episode. So, but next is lime spreading. Oh, and I should mention, I forgot to, that lime spreader is the 82 Studios one, but I did not do the unrealistic capacity. I did put the extension on, so it has a 9,000 liter capacity, but I didn't do the Unreal. So that's the story there. So I'm going to get hooked on that, load up some of our lime, and start liming. And like I said, I think I might just do a montage in the interest to keep things a little bit shorter here. So we'll see you on the other side. Well, there we go. Job done. Our first precision farming field is in. First, but not our last. I won't say the first of many, but we'll say first of a few. And we got our new tractor all dirty. But it worked good. It worked hard out in the field. It deserves a little rest. But nope, no complaints there whatsoever. And so it's been a very busy and productive day here on the farm. And we can legitimately say it's a farm. There's no arguing that. Now if we come and look at our sheds here, all kinds of farming equipment kicking around here now. So, yep, 100% a farm. Anyways, I think it's time for an adult beverage. As you can see, it's well into dusk here. Time to call it a day, and I think time to call it an episode. We'll leave it there. I have more than enough material recorded. I just got to edit it down. Well, my problem, not yours. So we'll pick it up tomorrow morning, and we'll see where we go from there. So if you're still with me, I really appreciate you watching. If you found it entertaining or informative anyway, I encourage you to hit that like and subscribe button. Feel free to comment too if you wish. If you want to see when other content lands, hit that old notification bell. But for this episode, for here on Silverrun, this is me, Farmer Murphy, signing off.